Hi everyone, in this video we're going to talk about the camera snapshot element. And what I have set up here is a sample frame of a study that could potentially look at how people express their emotions. So this little sample frame I have here says, what does your surprised face look like? And what I want to do is I want to add a camera snapshot so that the participant can take a picture of themselves using their computer's webcam and upload it to the server. So what we're going to do is go into the media objects and scroll down here to camera snapshot. When I add this, it's going to prompt me to choose a unique variable name. So I'm going to call this snap1 and hit OK. Now, if you haven't already enabled video recordings in your study, you will get a pop-up that asks you to enable those. You can just click OK and it'll be enabled. So now I have my camera snapshot element. As you can see, it has the same object properties as all of our other objects, and I'll link that video in the corner here. And as you scroll down, you get the unique properties of the camera snapshot element. You can see that I have a linked variable here, and it's going to link to a file. Then what you can do, kind of similar to the audio and video elements, is you can show or hide all of these buttons here. And I will show you some different use cases for that in a second. So I have my camera snapshot element. That's great. It works automatically on its own. They can hit, take the picture, upload everything. But what if I want to kind of automate this process? So let's go through that here. So if I look without any events, the participant can go ahead and take the picture and upload it to our server and then move on their own. But let's go through the events that can control this object. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to be a start camera event. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say on frame start, we're going to go ahead and control this object. Okay? So when I hit control object as my action, I'm going to set my target as the camera element that I've added. If you look for the control object action, we have 4 possible options: start camera, stop camera, start upload, and take snapshot. Okay? So we can start the camera, which is going to show the participant themselves, essentially. So the camera is going to turn on, and they are going to see their face in the center of the screen, or wherever I've put the element. Then we'll have stop camera, start upload, and take snapshot. So we can have the start camera once the frame starts. And then what we can do from there is allow the participant to take their own snapshot, or we can give a time delay and then have the camera automatically take that snapshot. So I can do that by adding another frame event, and this is going to be the snapshot event. And for my trigger, we can go ahead and do another frame start trigger, but I'll show you how to add a delay here in a second. So for my action, I need to do a control action with a delayed action. So this is something that is a little bit confusing at first. The trigger has to be the frame start, and then you add the delay in the action portion. So let's say after 3 seconds, I want to take the picture. So it's another object action. Go down to control object, set your target, and we're going to say take snapshot. Okay, so after 3 seconds, after they've hopefully finished reading the sentence and then made their face, the snapshot will be taken. Okay? So then I can click finish. Finally, if we don't want them to manually upload their image, we can add an event to do that. So this is going to be an upload event. My trigger this time is going to be an object trigger, and it's going to be an upload recording playback trigger. And when I click the target, it automatically knows that when the snapshot is finished is going to be my trigger. So then my next action is going to be another control object action. I set my target, and we're just going to say start upload. Okay, and that is it for that event. And finally, we need something to move them to the next frame or the next trial, because otherwise you're going to be stuck here. You could add a button that they click when it's done, but since we're automatically controlling all these uploads, here, let's do next trial. Typically for this, you would have it set up where each trial is a different one. So my trigger type here is going to be another object trigger with upload, recording, or playback. Once I set my target, we're going to do the upload complete execution. And that's because our previous events was on snapshot finished, start upload. Now we're going to say when the upload is complete, we are going to add a jump to action, jump to the next trial. Okay? So to do a quick little recap, the camera snapshot element allows you to take a picture of your participant using their computer or device's webcam camera. And what I've done here is I've set up events to automate this process, or you can let the participant do it manually with these buttons here. So my events are to start the camera when the frame starts, to take a snapshot after 3 seconds on the frame, to upload the snapshot once it's been taken, and then to move to the next trial once the upload is complete. So that is a quick recap of the camera snapshot element. And some useful studies that this can be used in are studies such as this, where maybe you're studying how people express emotions and you want to have them take a picture of an emotion. You could also use this same type of setup in a multi-user study, where one user has to make a face and then that picture can get sent and the other user has to guess what emotion they were expressing. So there's tons of other use cases, but this is just a quick example of the camera snapshot element. I hope this video was helpful.